Have you ever thought about creating an online course to make passive income? Well, you're in the right place because I'm going to show you how I've made millions of dollars by selling online courses, coaching, and events. If you're new to my channel, my name's Ryan Pineda. I'm a real estate investor here in Las Vegas. I've flipped hundreds of homes, I've bought hundreds of rentals, and I own multiple businesses doing millions a year in revenue. If you want to learn about all my different businesses and how they can help you, go to ryanpineda.com. Now, before we get into the step-by-step process of how to create a course, let me give you a brief rundown of my career as an online educator. Back in 2018, I wrote my book, Flip Your Future, which taught people how to flip houses. When I wrote that book, I had just passed my 100th career flip, and I felt like now was the time to give people my knowledge. I didn't have a really big social media following. I just felt like it was something I wanted to do, and if it made money, then great. Well, one thing to know is, usually for most people, books don't really make a lot of money. If you could sell over 1,000 books, then that book was considered a pretty big success. So for most people, if you're trying to make money, a book is not something I would recommend. What I would recommend doing is just creating an online course instead. Not only is it easier, in my opinion, to make than a book, but it's also going to make you much more money, and for the end user, it's going to be a lot more valuable since it's in video form. And so that's exactly what I did. By the end of 2018, I dropped my very first course, which was my Flipping and Wholesaling Academy. And I've sold that course over 1,000 different times at a $1,000 price point. So you can do the math. That's just $1 million right there on that one course. But since then, that course has propelled me into other courses and coaching. I ended up starting my Social Media Academy and my Rental Property Academy. And on top of that, for the next level up, I have my Rookie Coaching Program for people who are just getting started in real estate investing. And then I have my All-Star Coaching Program where you get direct access to me, as well as mastermind events and a whole bunch of other things. So with my education business, what I've created are different levels depending on what somebody wants to do. If you literally have no money and you're not sure about real estate investing, then you can go get my book, Flip Your Future. And even though you can buy it on Amazon and it's really cheap, you can actually go to ryanpineda.com and download it completely for free. But then from there, I have the courses, then the lower level coaching program, and the highest level coaching program. So that's how my business is set up as of today. And I'm not saying all those courses as a sales pitch by any means. I'm just showing you what it looks like from the high level of my education business and how you can potentially build something similar starting with just one course. Now, if you're thinking about doing a course, you're typically in one of the three phases I'm going to mention. Phase one is when you start to get good at something and it's making you money. For me, that was when I was flipping houses and I didn't have any type of course. I was just making good money doing it. That eventually leads into phase two, where people start asking you how you made all that money and how you achieved your success. This is when most people start thinking about creating a course. And that's exactly what happened with me. I had all these people asking me how I was doing it, and I got tired of explaining it over and over again, so I eventually just wrote the book so I wouldn't have to explain it. And as I said before, by writing that book, it has led to a bunch of other educational products that not only have made me a lot of money, but have made other people a lot of money who have taken them. But once you achieve that phase, you end up in the third phase where I'm currently at. This is where people want you to coach them on being a coach. I can't tell you how many people have asked me how to build an online coaching program or build an online course. They've seen the success of my program and they want help building one like it. And as of now, I don't currently have a program for that because it's not something I'm super passionate about, nor do I think the audience is really that large for it. But I do have a new product I created called Golf with Ryan, where people have asked me this exact thing. Essentially, you spend a whole day with me golfing and we talk about whatever it is you want to discuss. And I was actually super surprised at all the people who have golfed with me that want to talk about course creation, which is why I'm making this video. But anyways, now that you have the background, let's talk about the step-by-step process of how you can create a course today. So step one is you've got to get over the fear of creating the course. For one, in today's society, nobody wants to be that online guru. Trust me, I get it. I didn't want to be that guy either, because when you go this route, you inevitably are going to get a lot of hate. People are going to say, oh, if you're so successful at doing whatever you're doing, why are you selling education doing it? And to those people, I will say, who cares? They don't even matter. At the end of the day, you cannot please everybody, and there are always going to be haters in everything that you do if you are successful. And those people are not going to be your customers or your followers anyway. And so they don't matter to your cause. There are really only two people that matter. Number one, the people who are buying your course and your product and the results that they get, Because if the course is good and it is getting results, people are going to talk about it and your reputation is going to grow. But the other group of people you got to care about is just you. If you're happy with what you're doing and you enjoy training people, who cares what anyone else says? Personally, I have no problem dealing with all the haters because I know my students get results and I know it makes me a lot of money and I enjoy doing it. So that's step one, just get over the fear of doing it. Step two is to figure out what your course is going to be about. So the very first thing you got to do with this is figure out what do you have knowledge in. For me, when I first started, I knew that I had knowledge in flipping houses. But the big question everyone always has is, how much experience do you have to have before you're able to make a course? And I'll say, even after flipping 100 houses, I was still unsure of myself. I was like, dang, am I even qualified to be doing this? Do I have to flip 1,000 houses before I can do this? And in the end, I'm just gonna leave it up to you for what you feel you should do. The only thing I will say is be transparent about your experience. If you have only flipped 10 houses and you wanna make a course, I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying let people know, hey, I flipped 10 houses, here's how I did it, here's my course detailing it. And if people still want to buy it knowing all the facts about what you've done, then I see nothing wrong with that. But obviously I will say the more experience you have and the more expertise you have is going to allow you to sell it for a higher price, and you'll probably sell a lot more than somebody who doesn't. Now, as far as picking the topic goes, a lot of us have expertise in things that we don't even realize. For me, flipping and wholesaling was obvious because that was the thing making me the most money and it was what I was most known for. But guess what? I've got a lot of other skills that are really good that I could make into a course. I was a professional baseball player for 8 years. I could definitely make a course on how to play baseball and do the fundamentals and weight training and everything that goes into becoming a professional athlete. I could do one on hiring people and building out companies for any business owner or entrepreneur. I could also make a course for side hustles. On my Flip Nation series, I've explored pretty much every side hustle you can imagine. But here's the thing, when you're creating your course, you're gonna have to pick the very best one that you think has the potential to sell the most. I don't think my professional baseball course is gonna sell too many with my audience. Nor do I think people are gonna go pay $1,000 for it like they do my other courses. So you gotta pick what's gonna be worth your time, and that actually brings me to the next point of step 3. Picking the price. Your position as an authority in the space is going to dictate how much somebody is willing to pay you for your course. The price is also going to be influenced by the demand for your course. How many people actually know about it and want to buy it? Obviously, how good the course is going to dictate the price as well. If people just paid $500 for it and it was complete garbage, you're probably going to get a lot of refunds. And so that tells you the course is probably not very good if everyone is doing refunds. The other thing you gotta look at when pricing a course is how much value can this course bring somebody? For example, with my house flipping course, it's $1,000, but guess what? If somebody gets just one deal, that one deal can make them $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So it's very easy to justify the $1,000 price tag when the reward is so much greater with just one deal. And imagine if somebody gets multiple deals over time with the use of everything I teach in that course. So charging a premium price for it is not anything crazy. But if I was charging $1,000 for a course that would only help somebody make $1,000, then it's probably not gonna be worth it. They've gotta be able to get much better value than what they're paying. So pricing it is important. After you do that, you gotta figure out step 4, which is creating it. So all my courses are filmed exactly like my YouTube videos. They're nice, but by no means is it a professional studio where I'm paying for all this nice equipment and all these crazy edits. For the people buying my course, they don't really care about that stuff. They want the information. And you even see this on my own YouTube channel. People care more about the information than they do about all of my crazy edits and whatever else. So don't think you gotta spend all of this money on a big production by any means. You can go create your own course with just your iPhone and a mic. Once you've created it, that'll take you to step 5, which is where to house the course. So there are a bunch of different websites where you can create courses at. 2 of the biggest ones are Teachable and Kajabi. I currently use Teachable. It's what I've always used since I created my very first course, but I'm sure they're all pretty similar in what they offer. Now, there are different price plans that each of them have depending on how much volume you're doing in sales. For me, I pay a flat fee to Teachable around $1,000 a year to house the courses. They handle everything else. They don't take any percentage of my sales. But if I was doing lower volume, I could have Teachable take a percentage of my sales. The yearly fee would be a lot less, but maybe they take 10 or 20% of everything I sell. Obviously, that would be a very bad deal for me today with how much we sell, but you get the point. I'll also say wherever you do end up housing the course, it allows you to make a landing page for it. This landing page is super important. You always want to include a video just like this where you're talking about what is included in the course. You also want to write out everything that's included as far as important bullet points and why somebody should purchase it over something else. If you're not good at writing, I'd suggest hiring a copywriter on a website like Fiverr or Upwork to do it for you. Now, after you've done that, step 6 is you've got to start marketing the course. And honestly, this is the hardest part. This is what makes or breaks whether a course is successful. I tell people this all the time in business. It's not always the best product that wins, but it's usually the best marketer. You might be the most skilled real estate investor in the world and have the best information and the best course, but if you have no way to market it and no one ever finds out about it, you're not gonna make that much money from it, nor are you gonna help that many people from it. So you gotta figure out what ways you're gonna market to get it out there. There are typically 3 different ways that people go about marketing online courses. Number 1 is through their own social media. This is how I get the majority of my sales. It's also completely free, and you get the most loyal followers who are buying, so these sales are the easiest. The second way you can get traffic is through paid ads. You can go create Facebook ads or YouTube ads or PPC ads. The list goes on and on. Many gurus have to go this route because they don't have very big social media followings. Well, I should say some of them have big followings, but they're not real. And so in order for them to get traffic, they have to do a ton of paid ads. Now, up until a couple of months ago, I wasn't doing paid ads at all, mainly because I wanted to build my brand organically and just see what comes from that. It's been extremely successful to this point, but I do know that in order for me to take it to the next level and reach even more people, I do have to start doing paid traffic, so it's something we are currently working on. The third way to get traffic to your course is through affiliates. So what you would do is reach out to people who do have a following. Maybe it's me. And you say, hey Ryan, I'm gonna give you 50% of all my course sales that come in through you. All you have to do is promote it, and anything you sell gets you paid. And I'll tell you, affiliates are something that I have not really thought about much up until now, but it is something I'm gonna start utilizing really heavily with all my current students and the customers in all my various businesses. Affiliate marketing can be extremely powerful, and I know if I do it right, I could easily double all the volume in my businesses because our clients and customers are our biggest fans. But as of now, I'm working on a platform that'll allow me to do that very easily. And so once that's ready, then I'm gonna start launching it out that way. But for you, if you're on Teachable or Kajabi, they typically have an affiliate thing set up into it. So you can sign up anybody on an affiliate program and offer them any type of percentage that you want. And it'll generate a link that is automatically tracked back to whoever that affiliate is. Now, once you've gone on to marketing it, that leads to step 7, which is servicing it. So if you have an online course, it's pretty simple. There's really not much to do. Once they buy it, they get access, and it's on them. There might be some customer support things that you'll have to answer on your own, but I can tell you it's pretty rare. People understand how to use the website, and they know what they're buying with an online course. But if you choose to go down the route of coaching, that's when it gets complex and becomes a real business. In my rookie coaching program, we've got over 400 students. In my all-star program, we've got over 100 students. And I have a big team of employees to make sure that they're well taken care of and they have exactly what they need. So the moment that you decide to go into coaching, just realize it's gonna be a lot more work servicing it than just an online course. But really, that's pretty much it when it comes to creating an online course or an education company. Feel free to go look through my courses and the landing pages just so you can get an idea of how I've built it. I'm not gonna be mad if you wanna go buy some of them while you're at it. But if you are serious about building out an education program, I'd suggest golfing with me because that's currently the only way that I'm advising people on how to do this outside of this video. But anyways, hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.